The trees in the gap weren't as pretty, but at least they were real. If I was going to convince the mentor, I had to be sure I knew enough about Graham. I couldn't keep them waiting any longer. From that point on, I had to be Graham Grundy, cleaning supervisor.
Darling, I thought you were going to freshen up.
I was, but I missed the sweet sound of your voice.
Oh, Graham, always the romantic. But please don't kiss me until you've showered.
Wouldn't dream of it. Besides, I couldn't let Alfonso here.
Alonso?
Monopolize my lovely wife for a moment longer.
In which case, shall we begin?
Of course. Shall we take a seat in the lounge? It was now or never.
So, Mr. Grundy.
Mentor Alonso, what would you like to know?
Ah, well, straight to the point. I like that. As I was explaining to your dear wife...
Issues? What do you mean?
Mr. Grundy, a word to the wise. Now, whilst your records load, remind me, in which ministry are you employed?
Aspiration.
Oh, darling, don't joke with the mentor. We all know you work at the...
Now, Mr. Grundy... Ah, here we go. Graham Grundy, 42, cleaning supervisor with the Ministry of Comfort. Cleaning supervisors require Class C exertive activity certification. I trust that your health rating is sufficient.
I did drop down a bit, but I'm back to Class A+ now.
Excellent, excellent. Very good. So, with that in mind, I will mark you as fit for work, barring any other issues. Now, obviously, your kudos level will have fluctuated due to your absence. You're a C+ right now. I note you used to be much higher.
It isn't easy to keep up an A rating.
A? I had you as B.
Indeed, but it is Aspiration Day.
Yes, of course. Clever. Well, that is all I need to check off. But I'd be remiss if I didn't offer you all the extra support and guidance that you need.
Mentor?
When someone goes off-grid, there's usually some underlying trouble. And as a mentor, I like to think of myself as a bit of a troubleshooter.
Of course. I appreciate the concern.
So, let's get to the bottom of all this confusion. Dig a bit deeper, eh?
Deeper? Yes, right. By all means, Mentor.
Tell me about your workplace. I trust there are no issues.
The gymnasium.
What?
Oh, silly me. That's our pet name for the land train division.
We are, of course, very grateful for your service, Mr. 15 days is a long time. We have been concerned for your well-being.
I'm fine. Better than ever, in fact.
Excellent. Now, tell me about your implants. Are they working effectively?
You mean my heart regulator? Nothing to worry about.
Yes. Well, I must... Of course, your mental well-being is... How are you getting on with your rather peculiar hobbies?
You mean my photography?
I do, yeah.
You can't beat the feeling of an old...
I can imagine. Although I don't understand your interest in using such archaic technology, choosing to fiddle with knobs rather than availing of... If we can't see what you create, how can we share in your
What can I say? I like a challenge.
I'm sure you do, Graham. Ah, well.
It's been a pleasure, Mentor.
Hasn't it? So with that in mind, perhaps you can tell me where you've been for the last 2 weeks.
What? Right. Yes, where have I been the last 2 weeks?
Well?
Okay, so... the cleaning. I'm a cleaning supervisor. And bumped my head. The next thing I knew, I was in the middle of nowhere. 2 weeks later, the train returned to the city. Cleaner than it's ever been, I might add.
My poor darling! How awful!
I believe I have all the answers I need from you.
Well, that's a relief.
I'm sure it is, Mr. Grundy.
Well, thank you for stopping by.
Just a teeny tiny thing before I go. There appears to be 1 or 2 anomalous results here.
Anomalous? That doesn't sound good.
It may be nothing. But here's the thing. I get strange readings when I scan your U-chip. Any idea why?
Maybe it got damaged when I fell.
Possibly. It's as plausible as everything else you've told me today. You see, the only other time I've seen anything like this is when a U-chip has been tampered with. No one would have done that now, would they?
Tampered with? I didn't even know that you could do that.
Graham's a supervisor, not a subversive mentor.
Yes, a supervisor, not a subversive.
Damaged when he fell. Request analysis. Now, it's clear to me that your recent concussion has had some deleterious effects on your memory. You need some time to recuperate.
Of course, mentor. I shall see to it that he gets the care he needs.
Oh, I have no doubt that you will. And to support you in this, I converted some of your kudos to grant you both some time off work.
Our kudos? Wait, how much?
Oh, nothing too severe. Just enough to give you some time to reflect. You may notice a slight dip in your social tier, however.
But the Aspiration Day Gala... tonight.
Yes, won't it be something? I am so looking forward to it. Anyway, keep a smile on your face.
You too?
Good day, Mr. and Mrs. Grundy.
What in the name of Joey do you call that sorry performance?
Maybe I could have tried harder.
Look, Buster. Everything was fine until you turned up. I'd dragged my kudos all the way up to Class B for that gala. I don't want time off. I want my gala tickets. If there is anything wrong with Graham's U-chip, you would better sort it out sharpish before Alonso's analysis comes back. Who even are you?
Whatever Graham had been up to, it had gotten him killed. I had to come clean with his wife. There's no easy way to say this, but
What? How? Where?
I found him. In the Gap.
The Gap? What was the idiot doing in the Gap? Was that where he was always sneaking off to? Ugh!
A child, Milo, was abducted from a village out there and brought into Union City. And I think Graham was somehow connected.
Sure. And pigs fly. Listen, stranger. I'm sure you can understand. This is all too much for me right now.
Tell me about it.
So, I'm gonna do some damage control on social media. In the meantime, I guess that officially it is your home. This is my bedroom, and that one is yours. No cute ideas.
Understood. Songbird seemed rattled by the news. Not surprising. But whoever this contact of Graham's was, I suspected they were the key to finding Milo. Hello there.
Master Graham.
Why, thank you.
Has Master Graham lost weight?
Maybe.
Oh, yes, sir. And
Well,
as you always do, sir.
Songbird doesn't seem too upset about her husband. Sounds like my wife didn't...
I'm confident Madame Songbird's affection was simply kept hidden. On the inside.
I need you to do something for me.
Just say the word, sir.
Please, can you open the windows, Chipworth?
Very good, sir.
I could get the window open, I'd be able to reach that box. Excuse me.
Hello, Master Graham.
I'd like to hear more about...
May I suggest that, or perhaps, check her social media presence? That... Perhaps you might ask her, sir. I fear I am not able to elaborate.
So, what do you do, Chipworth?
Whatever Sir desires.
Can you juggle?
Sadly, sir, one's capabilities...
Shame.
We are what we are.
At least as far as anyone else needs to know. Ah.
I am well. Thank you for inquiring.
I need you to do some...
Just say the word, sir.
Never mind.
Very good, sir.
I need you to do something for me.
Just say the word, sir.
Please, can you water the plants, Chipworth?
Very good, sir.
Chipworth?
Good afternoon, sir.
I need you to do something for me.
Just say the word, sir.
Please, can you open the windows, Chipworth?
Very good, sir.
The mentor, Alonzo, seemed to be arguing with someone. Thankfully, the safety had kicked in. It wouldn't close while blocked. If I could get the window open, I'd be able to reach that box.
Excuse me, please.
Hello, Chipworth.
Hello, Master Graham.
I need you to do something.
Just say the word, sir.
Please, can you open the...
Very good, sir.
The mentor, Alonzo, seemed to be arguing with someone. The gang clearly didn't like having her nest disturbed. The gang had a ferocious beak. I was lucky not to lose a finger. There was something taped to the air conditioner. The gang had a ferocious beak. I was lucky not to lose a finger. There wasn't room to swing a cat, let alone a crowbar. Besides, she was guarding her nest. It didn't feel fair. Here you go. Whatever was in the box, Graham had clearly not wanted anyone to find it. Inside was a small glass lens. It had deep cuts scored across its surface. But that wasn't all. Tucked beneath was a photograph. A picture of a stalker. A child's face pressed against the window. Suddenly I realized that it wasn't just Milo. It was clear that multiple children were being taken into the city, and somehow Graham was connected to it. Songbird, I'm sorry.
You're sorry. Oh, terrific. As long as you're sorry. But tell me, turning up here? Or maybe you're sorry for making such a mess of it. All that kudos straight down the drain.
But
Do you only to have Mentor Alonso convert it all into time off to spend with you? So, please explain. What exactly are you sorry for?
that I pretended to be your husband.
I hope you realize what you... Could you not have tried just a teeny bit harder to be Graham?
Well, I tried.
I suppose you did at least get the bumbling idiot.
You don't seem too distraught about your husband.
Look, stranger. You told me your secret, so I'll tell you mine. Last few years, Graham gave up. If it weren't for the cute... You're new here. You want to win in Union City?
My name's Foster, by the way. Robert.
Songbird.
Is there anything more you can tell me about...
Not much. He was a loner whose only friends were idiots like him.
That's all for now.
Yeah, bye.
A collection of toy animals were lined up in little baskets. One was missing. There was an empty spot marked Bartleby Bilby. Kevin Kangaroo. Dave Dingo. Carl Koala. Jasmine. The climate controls looked complicated, except for the big switch marked Windows. In Union City, even the teddy bears had screens. This one was broken. I didn't think Songbird would appreciate me rummaging through her things.